Yeah, what up? It's your dude Tank Lip. You know, I did part 1 of this blog and part 2 last night on the movie Top 5. This is the blog part 3. As you can see, I'm in a different shirt, you know, got that sleep, showered and dressed, and, you know, ready to go for the day. So let's pick up, you know, here in part 3 where we left off in part 2. You know, I left off, you know, about that old girlfriend that was regretful and shit, you know, because she didn't know how successful Chris Rock was going to be. You know, then I want to touch on this, you know, that depiction in the movie of, you know, a successful man, you know, coming back to the hood to visit old friends and shit and family, and they want to be paid back for some debt you had with them. Or just since you rich now, you know, they money problems is now your money problems. Like, how true is that as the world goes round? You know, for some reason, as soon as you got something, like, everybody want it. Like, and they feel entitled to that shit just because they knew you back when, you know, just because you rich now and shit. So I just think that that was, you know, clever how it wasn't necessarily funny, but that's what I took as a point the movie's trying to make, and I think that is something they were trying to illustrate. Again, these notes are not in chronological order, but I just want to give you all some of my take from the movie and shit. There's a part at the end where Chris Rock pulls out a slipper out of a grab bag from that bachelor party he was at. You know, and I think this is a hint to the sequel. He pulls out the slipper, right? And I'm going to make my prediction. Like, I really believe there's going to be a top 5 part 2. Like, top 5 2. You know, it's going to be a sequel with 2 numbers in the movie title and shit. 5 and 2. Top 5 2. Top 5 part 2 and shit. Put your quill hats on. Anyway, you know, he pulls out this slipper. You know, he's giving the homies in the car, you know, honey roasted peanuts and shit that was in the gift bag, all the other kinds of shit. But then he pulls out this slipper, like on some Cinderella shit. And I think that means that even though he about to get married to that wifey-to-be, you know, that's in the movie, I think he's going to break off the wedding, and he's going to go back and find Rosario Dawson. You know, she's going to be his Cinderella and shit. That's what the slip is. So that's my prediction. You know, watch this blog in 2 or 3 years, and when the sequel comes out, you heard it first from Tank Lip. I think there's going to be a sequel, and that slipper was like their plug. They hinting at that shit. Trust me on this. I know how this shit works. So, I don't know. That was kind of cool. What else we got? Oh, shit. So remember, Chris Rock lands himself in jail, right? And so he looks across the other cell, the cell across from him, and it's fucking DMX is in jail with him, right? And DMX is giving Chris Rock props for not letting the industry confine him. Like, he likes that about Chris Rock. And then that's like the segue for him, you know, DMX saying, like, he the same way. But what's funny about this is, like, obviously DMX a rapper, and, you know, him saying that he don't want to be confined either, he starts singing some fruitcake shit. Like, his version of not being confined is he gets on some singing tip, and he can't sing for his life. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's just some mad fruitcake shit. Like, the content or what he's singing is mad fruitcake shit, and his voice don't sound good when he's singing. And like, I don't even know if Top 5 and Chris Rock, like, if they was really trying to illustrate this deep point I'm trying to make. But I'm gonna make this on point. Like, this is what I took from the movie. Like, sometimes industries and politics and the underlying rules of things, like, they confine you, but it's like for your own better good, because sometimes when you you stray from that confinement and you try to break out and do your own thing, like, it's against what's actually good for your career. Like if DMX was about to drop an album, like him just singing, like that would be on some whack shit, and the hood would be clowning him forever, you know, because, you know, I'm just saying, like, the way he was, if he actually sang it like the way he did in that jail cell, like that would be a mistake for his career. So he thinks he's not being confined, but actually certain things that confine people sometimes is actually for their own better good when they don't have the judgment to make those good decisions. So that's what I took from that. I think it's a brilliant point, if that's actually what Top 5 was trying to illustrate. Nonetheless, it was entertaining, so go watch that scene when you watch this movie. Some more notes. You know, Chris Rock and Rosario Dawson, they doing a lot of walking in this movie, I mentioned. You know, they stopping everywhere. They visiting all the homies. There's this one scene, they in like a hotel or some shit, in like the lobby of the hotel. And Rosario Dawson had previously mentioned to Chris Rock that it was her boyfriend's birthday that day. And she sees her boy, as she's with Chris Rock, her boyfriend's in the hotel. She's like, yo, whatever his name was, you know. And then, you know, shit starts getting fishy. She realizes, and then she notices her boyfriend's friend. He comes over, you can see the dude's gay. Then you can see that the friend of the boyfriend got a hotel key in his hand. And she calls out her boyfriend and says, why is your friend wearing the shirt that I got for you? So it was on some real fishy shit. Like they caught him. Chris Rock and Rosario Dawson caught Rosario Dawson's character's boyfriend, you know, cheating with another gay man. And that was just like, you know, as the movie goes on, she explains how she knew he was gay. Like, you know, there was all these hints and shit. From him always wanting to get, you know, his ass plugged with her finger and shit. You know, there was hints that the dude was gay, and this was just like, you know, whatever she was like in denial about got confirmed. Like, so, you know, but it just even created more tension, why it just made it sense for Chris Rock and Rosario Dawson to hook up at some point later in the movie. You know, he's having problems with his wife, now her boyfriend gay and cheating with other men. You know, it's entertaining. Another note of mine here, again, not in chronological order, but since we on the subject of this gay boyfriend, there's some funny shit. Like, this gay boyfriend, like, there was all these, like, hints, like, and shit, leading up and inferring that he was gay. So there's one scene where they, like, flash back to Rosario Dawson's at dinner with this boyfriend, and that dude's friend that turns out to be like his gay lover, and like they high-fiving each other as they like clowning on Rosario Dawson. So she's like had it up to here because, you know, their sex has been leading up to is like, you know, he just bending over and like, honey, you know, stick your finger in my ass, like on some gay shit. Like, it was comical how the movie portrayed it, but you know, she's just starting to, it's being unveiled that her boyfriend's gay, and then she really pisses him off at his dinner. So her revenge that night is they about to, you know, jump into some heated sex, and she goes in the bathroom to change, get all hot for him, and she comes out and dude is just sitting there bent over on the bed, butt ass naked with his ass stuck out, like just routine, like, okay, no foreplay, no kissing, nothing, just honey, I'm so hooked on your finger in my ass, like come just, let's not even kiss or make out or nothing, just fuck my ass with your finger, like just some mad gay shit. So she's pissed at him from, you know, him clowning